get straight into it, starting with number 1, who is All Vegas, a $21 chance.
He did show improvement from his first to second starts and maybe further improved by the step up in distance here today, but he'd need to improve a lot to be a winning hope for mine.
Number 2 is Bernie Boy, the combination that were successful in race number 1 combined here. Luke Oliver and Michelle Payne. Bernie Boy opened $6, now $7.
He settled well back in both of his starts today, and he has hit the line strongly, indicating he'll be suited by the step up in distance. I think there are stronger chances in the race, but he's certainly not the roughest, and it wouldn't surprise at all if he ran really well and was in the finish.
Number 3 is Chenners. It opened at $26, has been easy, now available is $26.
He hit the line nicely on debut to be beaten less than a length at narrow court. Although that was a good effort, and he'll naturally have taken good benefit from that experience, this does look a much stronger race.
Desert Tycoon is number 4, one of our leading contenders here. It opened at $4.60, now out to $5. Robbie Griffiths and Reece Wheeler combine here.
I reckon they were betting $8 or $9 about him last night as well. He was sent out a $17 chance on debut at Cranbourne, but ran a huge race sitting wide without cover throughout before he was just run down late by the winner, who goes around at Sandown on Saturday, Mr. Miyagi. He obviously shouldn't have had any trouble being caught wide from the inside barrier today as he's drawn gate 1, and if he does make natural improvement from that first start, then he's going to be pretty hard to beat here today, I would have thought.
Lord Tennyson is now our equal favourite. It's $3.40 out to $4.
His run was probably better than what it looked first up at Ararat on a day where it wasn't easy to try and make ground out wide, especially in the earlier races. He was well back there, but I think he might have found the 1100 a bit short. Both of his runs last preparation behind the stakes performed Greddington and Sailing By were good, and significantly those efforts were over 1300 metres, so I think the 1400 second up on his home track should prove ideal, and he's my top pick.
Primo Strat is one of the roughies here. It opened at $41 and hasn't budged.
He'd need to significantly improve based on his 2 starts to date.
Regal Witness is a Matcham Racing colt, a son of Star Witness. Robert Smurden trains. Ryan Maloney has the ride solid at $8.
$57,500 son of Star Witness, who's had a couple of recent Cranbourne barrier trials to get ready for his debut. The latest over 1190 metres, in which he began a touch slowly before he settled just behind the speed and was ridden out to finish 4th. There was a significant gap back to 5th, and he wasn't beaten far at all by Flemington winner El Ruse, so you can certainly make a case for him.
Tossolini, Lindsay Park debutant here, a 3-year-old son of Grey Swallow. Been easy for this debut assignment, opened $8 out to $10.
He began slowly and settled at the tail of the field in a recent 800-metre jump out at Flemington, where he was ridden along and finished at in last position. I reckon that was probably a bit short for him, and the 1400 here today first up will be much more suitable. The stable obviously needs to be respected. I just need to see him on race day before I could recommend him, and the betting probably isn't recommending that he's ready to go first up.
And number 9, it is our favourite here. Essence of Terror, Matthew Allerton and Simon Zara trained. Caitlin Mallion has the ride, another jockey who we have just seen return to the saddle after a bit of a break. She had a fair bit longer off than Michelle Payne, has only recently returned from an ankle injury. Best of luck to Caitlin here. She's on the favourite, who's at $3.90.
She was well beaten by Lord Tennyson at Ararat, but had absolutely no luck at a crucial stage in the race, and it's probably best to put the pen through that run. She was then beaten as favourite at Benalla, but the stable is obviously flying, and she's among the leading chances here today.
Here's one for the local followers. Goldie's Fortune. Jane Baker trains. Ben Thompson has the ride. Goldie's Fortune, 12 out to 14.
She produced a career best run first up over 1100, but her past 2 have been pretty poor. She does get the winkers on here today for the first time.
That's Goldie's Fortune. Ingenious is a roughie. It's $51. That was its opening quote.
She wasn't too far behind Disco Ben last start at Donald, and he ran a solid race at Hamilton on Monday, but I don't think that form is strong enough to make her a winning chance.
And number 12, it's $18 out to $21. It's Miss Desiree. This is a ride here for Kyle Maskeel, who's over from Tasmania, riding here for Jared McLean.
Yeah, she was pretty solid on debut here at Warnham in an effort that suggested she's going to be suited by a step up in distance second up. It'll be no surprise to see her run well, but as I've said already, this is a pretty strong maiden.
And Ben, that is your look. Give us your top 4, then we'll get a Crown Bet update before an interview with the trainer of the favourite.